Hi all, welcome to our very first episode of Android Talks Enterprise. In this series, we will be doing product discussions, bite-sized content, and have guest speakers to talk all things Android Enterprise. And our first guest is one and only Mr. Jason Bayton. Jason, hope you're well. Welcome to the series.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
No, it's great to see you. It's so good to have you here. We're gonna start this off nice and easy. So, Jason, tell us more about who you are and where did this passion for Android Enterprise stem from?
Honestly, it has been years in the making. When Android launched and when I was able to pick up one of the first devices, it was that's what started it for me. I've spent a long time in the Android community, sort of dev community, customizations, all of that. So I've done a lot of tinkering with ROMs and root and flashing, all things under the sun to make the devices do what I do. So there's always been an underlying interest. As sort of time went on, this drive and this interest in the Android platform sort of manifested itself in a corporate environment. A few years after I'd been tinkering with the enterprise sort of way of working, it changed everything. And it was from that point that I started investing all of my time and resource into understanding what this new mode of enterprise management would be, what it could do, how it could change things.
I love it. And how would you say Android Enterprise has changed the way that you work?
I mean, my career is pretty much entirely around Android Enterprise today. But where I am is because of it. So from the early days of supporting device admin with the company as a sort of volunteer basis through to then seeking out opportunities with companies who are specifically looking to manage devices or provide services to other companies for managing devices, all the way now to working with OEMs to develop Android devices for an enterprise use case. Everything I do touches on Android Enterprise in some way, in work, out of work. So it's hard to say one specific thing that it affects, because it's effectively my corporate world, a bit of a let's say personal passion as well.
You talked on Android Enterprise, and with the many benefits that Android Enterprise brings to its customers, what's the one feature that really stands out for you?
So I could say work profile, because it is powerful and it is unique in the ecosystem of enterprise mobility. Oh, yeah. But I won't just leave it there, because I think when you consider, and again, touching back on the days of device admin, some folks coming into mobility now will never know what it used to be like.
No,
they will never know the struggle, Reese. But you look at how devices are provisioned. Being able to take a device out of the box, either zero touch, straight in to management, or even being able to just tap a few times and scan a QR code. That was not necessarily entirely unheard of. It wasn't that easy, right? So the provisioning at the box versus setting the device all the way up from scratch and then enrolling it into administration and then setting all the policy and everything after. But also account management, and again, having to set a unique Google account on every single device you wanted to manage to be able to then get the applications and everything you needed to while the device was out in the field. That was a mammoth task with a lot of overhead, and almost always in organizations everywhere caused problems. It was a nightmare. And the way Android Enterprise now handles that with managed Google accounts or managed Google Play accounts is night and day. It can't be understated as to the impact that's had.
Couldn't agree with you more, my friend. And finally, I don't want to take too much of your time, but finally, if you could give one tip to a partner getting started with Android Enterprise, what would it be?
Read the docs. If you want hands-on examples and you want real deep dives into how to get started, different EMM examples, everything else, read the docs.
Amazing. Jason, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on as our first guest. And For you guys watching, if you enjoyed this series, let us know in the comments. We plan to make this a running series. If you'd like to be a guest on our show, we have a form for you to complete where you can express your interest and share your experiences with Android Enterprise. But for now, take care of yourselves. Bye.